Good morning. Legends from the Painted Cave, WCOM FMLP, Carborough, Chapel Hill. Welcome. In the studio today, we have Larry.
Good morning.
And Ian.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. So good to have you guys in the studio today, our special guests. Well, the three of us are generally here every week, and then we have Ian Bagel and Tianna, both fire spinners. They were out at the Big What this last weekend, spinning fire. And I didn't get to be out there, but maybe next time. We do have a festival, y'all, coming up September 14th. It's a Friday evening, Saturday, so it's a camping. And spend the night Saturday as well until about noon Sunday. That's in Louisville, I believe. It's out there by Winston-Salem, south of Winston-Salem a little bit. And we'll be bringing the medicine drum tent, and y'all need to join us. Really, really, really. It's going to be so fun. He's got Honeybee Hemp Farm. And he's got gardens. Beautiful. I haven't been out there, but I've seen pictures. So please join us there. Shikori Hills, October, first weekend of October. I don't know what the dates are. The third, the weekend of the 3rd. So we are going to be there again with our medicine drum tent. Can we hear each other on that? We should probably check the earphones.
No, it's I'm hearing something in the back there.
Can you hear me?
There's some music in the background.
Well, those guys are on.
You hear it?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
coming from the. I think that's what the affiliate station's playing.
Well, at least you'll have the rights for that.
Well, this was the
Later.
what is it? Medicine Man by Appalachia is on, but that's on the earphones. That was what we used to have last year playing. So I could turn that down like that.
I got
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming through my headphones right here. That's what we were hearing.
The thing was blaring.
Yeah, so that's Shikori.
Mhm.
First weekend of May, first weekend of October. So it's twice a year. We'd love to have you guys out there and participate in the medicine drum tent. And if you don't have a drum, a drum will be provided for you so you can learn how to drum with us. The more drummers, the better.
Go from laying to playing.
Yes, Larry coined that one because we do have a workshop too. The workshop is that from laying to playing. So everybody will lay down. They'll get some instruction first, and then everyone will get drummed over. Then after that, half the people lay down and half the people get a drum, and the people will drum with the people laying down. Then they'll switch positions, and then so everybody will get to drum and learn and hopefully get yourself a drum, which I have plenty of, and bring that home for your family and friends and community. And because that's kind of the big idea, is an army of drummers will rise up and save the day. Kind of a comic book idea, but you know, that's how things get started, right? This is the easiest healing arts practice to move into. No experience needed. You get yourself a drum and get some friends to lay down and just drum for them. That's it. The experience of this deep meditation of the medicine drum, shamanic drum journeying, is between the participant, the journeyer, and the drum. The person drumming basically just quiets their mind and just rests and just plays the drum. So the experience again is between the journeyer and the drum. So there's no interaction. You know, like I'm not the therapist as I play the drum. The drum is. So it's super easy to bring to your family. So just have fun. You know, it's a new experience. We will throw out an announcement or two. Join us throughout downtown Carborough Sunday, September 29th, 2024 for the Carborough Music Festival. Exclamation point. Don't miss our kickoff show at the Cat's Cradle on Saturday, that's the day before, September 28th. So there's a music festival in downtown Carborough on the 29th of September. We will be there with the medicine drum tent and playing for everybody. Our drum meditation at the Carborough Town Commons. That's where we'll be set up, which is a block from downtown. And you can enjoy the music and then come on over and get yourself a sound bath. And so that's again September 29th, next month. Wow, I just did a lot of talking right there. Can someone else take over for me? It's a little early for all that. Got up at 8 o'clock today. We were really behind the... So we were over at Carborough Town. Thanks, guys. You know, it's 2 seconds max if there's a pause, or I'm going to jump right in there. We were at Carborough Town Commons last night, every Sunday, 5:30 to 7:30, or whenever later. So join us over there at the park.
It felt really good.
Medicine drum.
We had a good group. It was I don't know, eight people.
Yeah, 10 plus drummers. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good amount. Had a real festival vibe because we had the dance crew out there practicing their moves. These are people who are also out in the park, and then there
the
was
Latino group.
Yeah, the Latino dance group, and then there was also a short film on Anarchy.
On Anarchy.
You remember that?
Yeah, a lady came over. She had a sheet or a backdrop, and she had a projector on the table, and she was showing film clips, and yeah, we had a nice crowd out
it was
there.
neat.
It was quite an open-minded sort of film.
Yeah, you went over there afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of covered nationalism, capitalism, and
Colonialism.
Taoism.
and they had they at least had the ability to look at the pros of each of those, but they're really showing the issues that happen due to it. You know, I mean, everything has its pros and cons, but yeah, they were just trying to share, kind of open some minds, make you think, really question the stuff that nobody wants to talk about. It's more of the stuff that's out of sight, out of mind.
Oh yeah.
We go into our stores, we buy whatever we want, and we want the lowest price, and we don't think about the effects and what it took and who made it and what they're getting paid, what their life's like, and those simple things we take for granted, they don't even have access to. And yeah, I mean, it's like capitalism. They're looking at the beauty of what it creates and the beautiful nature that it
Beauty and the Beast.
yeah, it really is. It's built on the minds of dreamers, but on the backs of the workers, you know?
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, yeah. I mean, you want to be able to create what you want and help the world, but in that mindset, it is going to be at the cost of someone else. Or the cost of all of us. I mean, that's like pollution. We're all dealing with that problem. We're all a part of it, but we don't think about it because we want and want and want.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Yeah. We don't think about the...
I don't care if it was by slave labor or child labor or...
Yeah, or where the trash will go in the end. Yeah. And it'll probably go right back to them.
Raise awareness.
Yeah, I know. I was at the art museum the other day, and there was a piece with this young girl. She's in this white dress, but then in this burnt, barren land. And this spot is where all of our old cell phones go. And
Yes.
she's picking through it for copper, but she's in this like electrical wasteland. And it's, yeah, you really got to think. This is the coolest shot of you, Kurt, through the globe right here. Sorry, I just got distracted.
Yeah, Larry brought his scrying globe. What do we call them?
Yeah, what is that called?
That's scrying globe, or What they?
ball.
Yeah, they would call it a ball.
Uh,
The mystic ball, or the wizards.
we're
Yeah,
suddenly
there's a real
wizards.
word for that. Yeah. What is?
crystal ball.
Yeah, the crystal ball. Thank you.
Scrying globe.
Yeah. Yeah, he's finally got it out after being on the show.
Oh
for
my
20
gosh, I've
years.
had that thing hidden,
He's had that hidden because
and I've
why?
talked about it a couple times. For some reason, I talked myself into believing that it can see what's going on, and as long as you don't let it see what's going on, it can't affect it.
See, like watching you.
Yeah, like it watches you. I stared at it so long, I thought it was watching me. Yeah.
Oh shoot, put that away.
Yeah, put that away.
So you're not
They're
the one
watching
looking at
me.
it, but it's
Mhm.
looking back at you.
Yeah, it's looking at you.
Like the television, you get a little too.
Excuse me.
Let's start a drum journey, y'all.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll have a little. Yeah, oh, dude, nice.
Sing,
We'll have a
singy
little
bowl.
ukulele in the background and the singing bowl a little bit there playing. And so grab your journey blanket and push away from your computer or put the baby to bed and get yourself some medicine drum sound out. Put your tools away, come on out of the kitchen or the workshop and lay down or sit down and get comfy. And yeah, nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to be. We're just here resting, relaxing, receiving, allowing. And we thank you, Great Spirit. We thank you, the gods, divine source wisdom within us, always leading, always guiding, always protecting, always here, bringing us towards our highest good and fulfilling our potentials as we quiet our mind, move into a meditative practice, and just listen. Just listen to our inner voice, our innate truth speak. And we do that by getting quiet, quieting the body. The medicine drum helps quiet the body and the mind, and when the mind goes quiet, we can hear that innate truth within us. We have that. We have a guiding source that is inside of us. Whole nother world, a whole nother mind, a whole nother information system that will guide us and lead us. We could say intuition. We can tune into our intuition and our higher self. In the shamanic world, the spirit world, they say guides and allies and wise counselors all inside us, our ancestors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So grateful we have this moment to be together, just to rest, receive. Honesty and truth in your journey. Gently return. Gently return. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Long, deep breaths gently through your nose. Long breath out. Welcome back. Welcome back to your body. Your body. Your very own. For a little while, you're listening to Legends from the Painted Cave. That was a medicine drum sound bath. With the drum, you might have heard the ukulele and singing bowl, the constants in the background. Hope you enjoyed that. We will have another sound bath at the end of the show. Something around 15 till 11, 10:45, maybe 10:40, so we can have a few extra minutes there with the medicine drum. Yeah, Legends from the Painted Cave. How's that for you all? In the studio, guests. Larry is now the manager director of Legends from the Painted Cave radio show. I can step back a little bit and work on spend more time with organizing where Medicine Drum Sound Bath will bring the Traveling Medicine Show to shows and events.
Yeah. I got
What you got?
I'm able to re-air the radio shows.
Our recordings, yeah.
I'm getting them to YouTube, which is really good because you could listen to them on the TV and turn the volume up. You know, you can actually have a really good quality. And then it's then those are posted on the Facebook page. The Instagram page will have link reminders of different places the medicine drum is going. Pictures from the radio show. I'm just trying to organize it all so it makes a little more sense.
Could always go to Instagram and check out the recorded shows that we record and listen to those.
I do not have the shows on Instagram.
Oh, that's Legends from the Painted Cave.
I can do links to the shows on Instagram in the bio or whatever, or the comments up under. But Instagram's an image-based format.
Facebook then.
Yeah.
I think you should. It'd be worthwhile cropping some really solid pieces and adding them on there, like just
short,
little 30-second snippets.
We do the shorts.
Some quality.
Oh, the shorts.
That'll come in the future. It's just
That's
right
a good
now. I just
idea.
wanted to get it out there.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to hear the show like a day or so after we air it, because the announcements really don't make sense later, you know? If we're making announcements for what's going on the next weekend, if no one even... But we don't really have many people clicking or liking or listening. I'm just setting it all up right now. Eventually, I am going to go back and do all that. I'll have the best parts of the show edited out and little shorts. And one day, I'm just getting started. So I see, like I was saying last week, it's like I had a feeling I could do this, but I've never tried it. It's like I had a little bit of doubt in myself, but not a lot. It's like I could probably do this, but I've never tried editing like audio and posting it to this and that and having
Clipping the videos.
and the clips.
We
but,
believe in you.
Yeah. sort of
I
what I'm
believe it.
saying. It's like, even though I had the doubt, I was like, I'm pretty sure I can do this. It's
You played phone enough to
Yeah,
have
I've-
enough confidence.
I played enough video games. I know how to. I don't even play video
Execute
games
the
anymore.
mission.
Nice. It's a fun thing to do for a while.
I the whole time when we're absent from the show, I think about stuff I want to say, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to write it down because I don't want to like interrupt the flow. I don't want to be like, we get on one topic and then I'm like, oh, I really want to get this in this week. I'm trying to keep it really flowy.
I do like how organic it is, because some of them feel so mapped out already that it just feels like, I'm just watching a skit.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, hopefully this feels a little more personal for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
as though you're sitting with us. And maybe we sometimes don't say the right things, but maybe it makes you think of the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or just sends you on a good train of thought.
The last show with Bagel, that's what we sort of said. It was
Really?
like, yeah, some of this is off topic, some of this is that, some of this is this, but if it, like I say about all the spiritual stuff, if it helps you in any way, shape, or form to do something better or good, then that was the goal. We're not on topic, we're not reading from a piece of paper, we're not challenging the hot topics or anything. We're just talking about feelings and who we are and our spiritual journey and what we get from these meditations. And it's a little different. It is. It's a lot easier on us, I would say, to just do it this way than to let me talk to you about this right now.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as much of a preaching in the ear as much as it does just like hang out with us.
Yeah, hang out.
But, yeah.
This is the type of stuff we talk about.
Yeah, normally.
Oh
Normally
my
it gets
gosh.
even more real when we're
yeah.
out of here.
Oh.
It's like this place fuels us up, and then we step out of the door and we're like, listen to this, I gotta tell you something.
we were talking about people coming to the festival. It's like their whole festival is like they're strapped to a rocket. They're just like here and there and everywhere, and they don't. And then it's like contrast with being the captain of the ship, or you're out there with a goal to find higher love, to find higher purpose, to understand yourself and your path in this world. That's it's the difference. It's the difference.
Yeah, it is going out there with the mission versus just trying to get out there. Like, are we trying to find something, or are we just trying to get out there?
Yeah. Strap yourself to a rocket, or plot you a plan. Have you go to the event, you want to bring this home with you. Have an understanding, a plan. You're the captain. You're navigating the ship.
Yeah, what do you need to overcome? What do you want to better yourself in? What do you need to see within yourself or others? Yeah, I love you, as you said, the plotting your course. Yeah.
Well, I feel like this is what you were saying.
It is. It's like the drum journey.
It's like I'm reiterating what you said that one time to say it back to you, and now you're like, oh, when what you said, and I'm like, no, this is what you said.
Well, we're all saying the same thing. I know Louis' friend last night. I'm going blank on his
Grok.
name. Yeah, Grok was saying, nothing new under the sun. It's all been said, it's all been done, it's all been created and thought. We're just, we have, or me for example, I'll think of something and I'll forget about it, and then let's say one of y'all bring up what I thought, and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. I had that awareness. Thank you for bringing it back to me. Like, I totally forgot about that.
Such a great analogy for people's, I don't know, walk in life.
It's the shared mind.
Yeah. just strap yourself to a rocket, or are you in the captain seat? You know, is it a rocket or is it a ship? Or, you know, do you have a purpose? I've never had purpose.
Or,
Yes, you have. You've been very deliberate your whole life.
Or being comfortable in shotgun, because you know the real pilots really got it all under control for you. And he's already
yeah.
got it plotted.
Innate wisdom. The gods within have our whole life plotted. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that free will conversation.
Destiny.
I've never been good at talking about it.
Nature or nurture.
But like I was realizing, all the years of stagnant or not purpose was sort of building up to having purpose. It's like I got really, really good at doing nothing, and then I'm like, well, I'm gonna use all that energy I'm putting into nothing into something. Because I've already practiced putting so much energy into one thing. It just happened to be the thing I was putting energy in was like nothingness.
Well, what's nothing though? That's a big
well, that's what I'm
subject.
saying. Like,
What is that exactly?
I know a lot of TV, a lot of resting, a lot of
Cocooning.
I don't know.
Cocooning.
Not working. What? Not working. Not being motivated.
I think I took like
projects.
2 years off of work. Lived off savings the whole time, and then, like I was saying, that don't last. You can't.
Sounds like you're on vacation.
I was on vacation for that's what I called
Like,
it.
for 20 years. Yeah.
2 years.
Oh.
Not 20 years.
Just a little nap to.
The past 2 years, I took a lot of time
been
off.
vacationing.
There was always an excuse for why this ain't gonna work, or why not do it. And then it got to the point where it was like, well, I don't want to spend any extra money that I don't have to, so that was like the why or why not. But you gotta understand, that was
The
coming.
great motivator.
That was coming from me saying why I go to work when I got savings. You know, it was like so the balance got off when the money got a little low, and I'm like, well, I got to do something now. So then it was funny. I fell, like I'm trying to explain. I fell back on what it was what I already had planned to do. It was just I had all these excuses, not of why I can't do it now or why I couldn't achieve it, and then I just took away the excuses. I was like, I'm just gonna rewrite it. Yeah, they're good excuses. I'm good at making excuses for why and why not. That's how I got in that situation. But it's like you just looking at it again. You know, just looking at everything I had in front of me and what I could do with it, and rethinking the structure of it. And it was like, it's all here. It's all here. All I need is a minivan.
All I need is my mobile bed.
All I need is
what do you call that? Boat.
A bedroom on wheels, so I can I don't have to bring a tent anymore to the festival. I don't have to have my little car loaded down with all that stuff. I just bring the van and it has it all with me. When I'm on the road for craft shows, got everything with me. Got all my craft stuff, got my tables, got my umbrella, got my cooler, and it's all right there. And then also, like right now when I run deliveries in between different things, different events, so I'm able to leave most of that stuff at home. I don't need craft stuff, I don't need festival stuff, and I hit the road and I got a delivery vehicle because it's a van. So it just all came back together.
Well,
It's the 10-year epoch.
It's so, yeah, I've noticed that.
I think it is good to take those breaks, though. It not all those times of just TV and sleep. That's not bad. It's almost like working out. You know, if you work out every day, you're gonna start having injuries, and honestly, you're not gonna be building muscle. You do need those rest days and rest periods, because the mind itself is a muscle. You know. So I'm sure that helped you find some clarity of why you were doing that, or taking that route. or maybe the question of not to take that route. It I think it's important not to be too hard on yourself. You have to do what feels right. I bet that felt right then, you know?
Well, like we're saying, everything is on purpose or it's part of a greater plan. With the free will conversation, I'm starting to see it a little more that was important. It was important to take that downtime. Because look at me now.
Mama, look at me now.
Look at me now.
I imagine it's almost like a video game where every once in a while you'll come to a roadblock and it'll actually give you the option of what do you want to do. You want to take this route or that route, but then that path is plotted out for you.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it's like, do you want to go this way where this is going to happen? You're going to have to go through all this, or do you want to take this route?
I took that dirt road detour, but it was still gonna curve right back around to the main road that I was walking on the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, like I was mentioning to Seneca. Hey, Seneca.
Hey, Seneca.
Hey, Seneca.
I was saying my new philosophy is to try to understand it as a token system, where you would get all these points built up. I guess like a video game.
Karma.
You get all these points built up for the bad times, for the lazy times, for the for the times that you're in sadness, just to cash them in later for really great stuff. You've already done your suffering.
Karma coins.
Karma coins.
Karma coins.
I've already done all my suffering. Like
And sad sitting.
like Queen would say, I've already done my sentence, but I've committed no crimes. And then it's the new.
That's a good one.
The new one. You got new stuff coming from all them tokens you built up.
You gotta give to get.
Drum journey. We the drum journey helps us, our body and mind, to relax so we can move into higher states of consciousness, deeper meditations. And that's what we like to do. That's what we like to bring. That's kind of our healing arts practice, and that's what we like to talk about. People's movement, backwards and forwards. We're not really so much into talking about politics and the news and all that, because we hear that all the time anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to push that illusion.
But we got other illusions that are more less illusory. So I would like to read Ant Medicine really quick. It's very pertinent to what we're talking about right here, right now. This is from Medicine Cards, from Jamie Sams and Carlson, I forget his first name. So this is a book that has like 50 animals and insects in the book, and the author tells about the nature of the animal and how that might reflect to our personal nature. So it's kind of like there's a deck of cards that comes with this too. You pick a card and then read. You can do spreads as well, like tarot. Are you ready? Or shall we do this later?
We're all ants in this colony.
Well, it's yeah, exactly what he's saying. There's always a little poem at first. Oh, tiny ant, your patience grows like the sands of time. Can I learn to be like you, or is this too sublime? Ant is number 32 in this book. Patience is the headline. Ant can carry a leaf over hundreds of miles just to get this back to the anthill. Ants in Africa will strip a forest bare when food is scarce. If it takes them a year, and ant medicine is the strategy of patience. Ant is a builder like beaver, is aggressive as badger, has stamina like elk, scrutiny like mouse, and giveaway as turkey. Every ant in the ant hill is part of the ant group mind. as all the ants work for the queen ant and the hive. Self-sacrifice is a part of ant medicine. Greater than ants' other medicines, however, is patience. Ant people are active, community-minded folks who see the greater future needs of their town. Ant people are planners, like squirrel, and are content to see their dreams being built a little at a time. In today's society, that is a rare quality. In a desert, one type of ant will burrow a conical hole with the apex at the bottom. The ant will cover itself and patiently wait for some unsuspecting insect to fall in. As the sand crumbles, the prey eventually falls into the bottom, only to find ants' open jaws. Patience does have rewards. Ant people have a knowing about the sweet victory all at the end of the line. There is never concern about going without. If they are late to the opening of a sale, if what they want is sold out, they are sure that something equal or better becomes available. If you have ant medicine, you eat slowly and deliberately and are content to know that what is yours will come to you. This knowing is good medicine and shows a trust in the universe is providing for you. If ant meandered into your cards today, it is time to show a little trust and patience in some life situation. You may have forgotten that you will always receive that which is what you need at the time you need that the most. If this is not on the horizon or just around the anthill, you may need to use some strategy. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives? However, it means to you at read that again. How can you put to use your power of creation until it arrives? Whatever it means to you at this time. And is working for the good of the whole. Are you? If you are, be assured that the whole wants the same goodness for you. And that's it. And that it will be provided. Ant is very community minded and does understand that what the trusting the process, trusting your life, trusting that the gods, the group is in your favor. So there's a contrary in this as well. If you pull the card upside down, watch out. Here comes the sting. If you are in a hurry, you may fall prey to those who are not working for the good of the whole of humanity. Those individuals who make greed a way of life prey on the fear and urgency of those who have forgotten natural and tribal law. It's easy money. If this warning applies to you, become aware of users and con artists. In the contrary position, Ant also teaches you to trust natural law. If you do, harmony always follows. Your silly impatience will bring Coyote to aid you in the sabotaging your plans for the future if you allow your panic to outweigh your rational sensibilities. The key here is to honor the will of the Great Spirit, so the mountains are not made out of anthills. panic. Don't panic. Trust. That's what we're learning. And that's part of the medicine drum experience is we're learning to trust.
That's life.
Learning to trust our life path. Learning to trust our inner source of wisdom.
Don't make a mountain out of an anthill.
So easy to do. What about my food? What about my mortgage? What about my kids? What about my friends? What about my dreams? What if, yeah,
No,
it's
the whatabouts.
really easy. Real easy
I
to
got a
panic.
bad case of the whatabouts.
Easy to panic. It's complicated.
Me,
Why can't we
me,
just
me.
be animals?
Me,
and
me,
just
me.
food, shelter, procreation, boom, done. It's like not humans, not the human species of the animal kingdom.
The coffee.
Man.
The coffee just kicked in, guys.
Good morning.
So that was medicine cards. We're reading for medicine cards. It's a really great book. You should might want to get that. Because if you have dreams,
Yeah.
we all dreams, we can interpret our dreams if we have animals in there. And it's a really good book for that. It's really fun.
It's good for the journeys too, because people run into different animals in their visions, and it's always good to have something for them to blame it
Interpret.
on. Interpret. Blame it on.
Blame was the first one because that's the old.
Or just a great encounter in your life. I know Seneca just had one with a beaver, so I'll have to send her a picture in a little bit.
Yeah.
Or, we all have those little special moments with a creature that feels out of the ordinary. Where you just kind of make a friend with it or something, like it knows you.
Well, hello, little rock, tree, plant, fish, bird, insect.
Hey, you. Hey, me. It's you.
That's the whole shamanic. That's the shamanic belief and way is all that exists is alive and can be communicated with and has a consciousness.
I mean, we're all just one thing. It's all,
Down inside, yeah.
and outside. I mean, we can communicate.
Well, I won't
with
debate
it.
that, but
Back to just theories of an idea. Yeah.
yeah, boy, oh boy.
The
I tell ya,
concept.
it's a wild ride, isn't it? Sometimes I feel like I'm strapped to a rocket, and other times I feel like I'm piloting my ship, like perfectly weaving through the cosmos, and all the shooting stars are just going around me, and it's just a simple, easy, joyful experience. And other times it's I'm strapped to the rocket.
It's
Oh
going
my
really
God.
fast. I mean, next week is September. We're already there.
I'm gonna die. Death anxiety, go away. I'm panic. No panic. Drum. Bring the drum. Bring the medicine
I ain't
drum.
got time to panic. Oh my gosh.
Too busy.
I've always been really good about that.
Well, you have.
The sadness sitting,
Well, Larry, you've come out of retirement, so to speak. You're off. You're no longer on vacation.
I'm no longer on
There's
vacation.
no excuses anymore. Only you can
Oh
do this
my.
thing.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
And it's the fire of stagnation, the wildfire,
Yeah, it went from
which is okay because that's
Stagnant.
where you were at.
That's
stagnant
cleansing.
vacation to I don't even have time to be here right now.
You ever had that feeling?
It was just so much. You remember as soon as it
I
started. You
remember
were there
that.
with it.
We
As soon
did
as it
this
got
together,
started,
man.
hugs needed help. Hugs needed this. And then last week I had to go do the car thing, and then I'm over at Mom's and I'm like, oh, I need to do this. I got to do this. I still got to get that trash trailer out of the yard
Yeah.
with all that stuff in it. Still got to organize my storage over there.
I can't come off vacation because there's a whole world of stuff
Yeah.
that I've been putting off.
It was like I realized why I was not offering myself out to the universe like this. It's because as soon as you do, it gonna give you stuff to do.
Double, triple.
And yeah, now I got so much to do. I don't even, like I said, I don't even have time to talk.
Yeah, but all we know is we have just this a little amount of time, so we might as well use it right.
I've heard that. I've heard that from the universe. The universe is like, like we were saying just a little bit ago. Yes, I was doing that at that time, but what
Needed it.
and I was
Yeah.
putting all that energy into doing that. That was what I was manifesting. That was what I
Yeah.
wanted. It's just I didn't know that that's what I wanted, and now I want something different.
Grass
So
always
now-
greener, huh?
Yeah, so I wanted something different, so I just immediately switched, that's the weird part. I don't know too many people who do a conscious switch like that, go from this is what I am to now this is what I am. It's a lot. Most people have walls and stuff that they got to break down to get there.
Vacation's over, bro.
Yeah, and it's like so much stuff, just so much work you got to do it. And it was like I was saying, it started with my health. I wasn't feeling very well, so I started a new diet. That new diet gave me the energy and the lack of depression. I feel like the snacking on the junk food just kept me depressed all the time. And I got over that, and then it was like, why am I still drinking? This has got sugar and carbs in it, and that's the stuff I'm staying away from. And then I'm gonna drink a 12-pack of beer tonight.
And the
on top
money.
of- on top-
You get out what you put in.
I don't want to blame it. I'm trying to make it sound better. If I just blame it on me being broke, and it's like, okay, now I'm broke, I can't afford beer. Now, it just it don't sound as good.
Well, it's a combination of stuff, and that's part of it.
Yes, it all
Started out.
it all hit me
diet.
at the same
Drinking.
time. It was like time to do something different.
No, but you bring up a great point of
I found the switch. It's called Midway.
Yeah. I don't want to go to this festival. You said, I don't want to go to that festival now either. I'm like, well, why don't we just sit here? Go ahead, Ian.
no, I mean you bring up the excellent point of we are what we eat, or what you put in is what you get out, and with
Garbage in, garbage out.
that unhealthy lifestyle, and you're gonna put unhealthiness into the world. If you don't feel good, you're not gonna share goodness.
Got to be the ant. Be
Yeah.
everyone concerned about everybody else's welfare.
And that starts with a concern for yourself. It is you can't give to others if you don't give to yourself first, or
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, if it's I imagine it's a lot like on a plane. If it's going down, they tell you to put the mask on yourself first.
Yeah.
So you can put the mask on your
True
child.
that.
Yeah. Got to do it for me before I do it for you.
Yeah. So you can't expect, you really do have to make sure you're well enough to put wellness back.
Well, that was part of it. It was I've heard it forever that you can do this, that you can take control, and you can it can be anything you want it to be. It was all the stories have said it.
Yeah, forever.
And then it was like the only way to do it is to change other people. You can't fight fire with fire. You have to lead by example. So by me making this conscious switch, I'm also trying to heal others, which is what I was doing before.
Anyway,
It was just I was
different
trying
way.
to heal others by climbing into their events. If y'all were all gonna be drunk tonight, I'm gonna be drunk too. It just helped feed my addiction to the alcohol, instead of saying, okay, I'm just gonna show y'all how I can have fun without
Well,
it.
you had a job during all that too.
Yeah, I think you were sad sitting even then. You didn't realize
Yeah,
that
totally.
you
But
were just needed
didn't
in that
realize it.
area.
Yeah,
You were-
that's what I'm saying.
You had to take that path, but you were on the
And running
right
in,
path, as
running
you're
into
saying.
Yeah.
running into y'all younger generation who
Yeah.
speak to me like alcohol is not even a thing. I don't even think about alcohol. I was like, what?
No, I
was
mean,
like,
no,
was
but
like,
that's
you-
because we went down that same path. We realized, oh my goodness, this is poison. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Nah,
No,
this-
we took.
Some people.
Not the path I was on.
No, I think. I mean, a lot of the times you have to go very wrong to know what is right, and I think we've all had those rough
yeah.
nights and rougher
I
mornings.
hope so.
Yeah.
And you're like, why am I putting this poison into me? Really, why?
I mean,
It's like you use it to get away, but then it's going to make when you come back, it's gonna make coming back even worse.
I'm not saying y'all didn't have it and overcome it. I'm just saying I'm just feeling like y'all struggling as big as mine because I lived in it from. I guess we started drinking around 16 till just last week. You know,
A couple months ago, anyway.
yeah, a month or so ago. You know, that was a lot of
Yesterday.
years. And I'm not talking about I had a drink. I'm talking about a fifth of liquor, 20, fifth of liquor, 24 case of beer, type drink. Or like you saw me at the festival before I got to this point. I drank 4 days straight at the festival. You know, I drank till I went to bed, woke up,
Among other things.
had a breakfast drink, and then that was it. You know, it was like a whole day of drinking. And like, I used to say that, it's like, we don't drink like these new kids drink. We clock in. We do a shift, and sometimes we pull doubles. You know? Like, that's more hours than I worked that day I was drinking.
See, I think you were getting paid
Sounds like
hourly.
alcoholic.
You're
alcoholic. You're avoiding that word.
You were getting paid
Well,
hourly. I think this younger crowd is more of a getting paid for the job. They're seeing how quick they can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was been on salary. So it
Yeah, we're on the
they're on
salary. You're about the hourly.
That's the same thing like you're saying with the rocket.
Yeah.
I love your analogy. You're really good at this, and we noticed that last night too when we were at
All of
the
y'all
park.
are. We're all the same.
You said some stuff about our spirit animal being service animals,
Service
and that
dogs.
makes so much sense. Oh man, you're so good at that.
Yeah, you're just in the wilderness and the deer stumbles across with its vest on. And you're like, is this a sign?
Yeah. Oh man.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was great earlier. Really. I mean, that's everything. Everything is the yin and yang. That even the greatest things have their negatives.
Yep.
Because I mean, it's like alcohol. I mean, it's horrible, but how many people has it helped get through a day? Just to continue on in life, you know? I'm not encouraging alcohol, but I'm saying, see, it's a horrible thing, but God, it's really helped keep some people on this earth that probably wouldn't have been.
Yes. It's probably done good stuff. It has.
Or you can look back at really where we got into alcohol, and it was the only clean, viable way to hydrate yourself.
I've heard that.
You know,
I've heard stuff like that before.
At a certain point, where if you weren't near a fresh water source,
they would ferment it.
That was the only fresh water because it had been boiled and it had been stored properly.
Yeah.
So it's everything has its purpose, and good and bad.
I just thought about some alien stuff, but
Tell us.
so,
Oh God, no.
so you have the 40
You have the
days-
grays.
What is it? 40 years that Moses walked through the desert.
Let's not talk about hypothetical hyperbole. That's news.
Well,
Talk
wait.
about personal experience.
Was Moses an alien?
Oh God.
Have you experienced him as the alien?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Right, exactly.
But the stories, yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We're all aliens. Yeah.
We're all alien.
That's what Grok said.
We're all animals. Yeah. He said, "You from a planet?"
The funny thing
Drops
is,
mic.
this gentleman, or Grok,
Shout out Louie too.
I met
Louis.
Grok
Bagel,
yesterday.
Tianna,
And Grok,
the cats.
I asked him about alien, and he was like, aren't we all alien, you know? Don't you come from a planet in the solar system? Wouldn't that be what an alien would do? Something like that.
Oh, that's good.
And then his name,
Yeah.
Grok, is
Grok.
is a word from Stranger in a Strange Land. It's the word for like rock that rocks, but there was a Earthling, a Terran, who was raised on Mars because he got left there, and he got raised by Martians, and then he came back with their understanding of the universe and was trying to explain it to Earthlings. And that was so funny. And he didn't even know the correlation between his name and the book about alien stuff. And I'm not sure how that got missed out in between him being called Grok.
With a G rock, Grok.
Yeah, I think that's the same way they spell it in the book. And it just blew my mind a little bit. I mean, I didn't want to harp on it too much that your name comes from a book that you've never read, and that's the only place that uses that word. That's not. It was created as science fiction for the book.
Well, actually,
Grok.
I have another version of that.
You've heard of the word Grok before the book?
What does it mean to you?
Oh.
What was that?
It's a Hindu somewhere over there. Grok means to fully and completely comprehend and understand.
Okay.
The whole body, mind, spirit. It's like
That's where the author got it.
100,000% get it.
He was in the other land to understand. Yeah. No, I'm saying back to Larry's Grok. It is
Grok.
the stranger in the other land that was to understand. Don't we all feel like strange?
That one.
The same way that you said, that's the same way
Good
they're
one, yeah.
using it. So
No, I'm correlating the two. They're both about
So the author of the book knew the word that you're speaking of.
And don't we all feel like strangers just trying to understand the world?
Isn't that something? Like every human being, that's the way.
Right here it says Grok was a invention of the science fiction writer Robert A. Hensling.
Oh, Hensley, the puppet dude?
No.
That's someone else.
Maybe time's going backwards. And
So it depends on how he spells it.
that came first.
Grok is the way that he spells it, but the same thing you just said is the definition that he's using it as. It's
Right.
It's as accept, or how do you say it?
Completely and fully understand and comprehend.
I mean, they personified the word into a character, almost.
But I'm reading right here. It does say that it was a word invented by the science fiction writer. It was not what did you say?
Oh, so he was mistaken.
Well, no,
there's probably a different spelling.
no, that can be wrong. Oh, well, I mean,
He used the same word, but he
look
spelled
up
it
Grok in Hinduism,
Yeah,
see if it pops up.
Grok?
Yeah, because
I really don't like playing phone while we're on here,
Yeah,
but
I
I
know.
just got
But we gotta give the people
so wanted
the
to
truth.
find out.
You already went down that route, and we're
Right.
questioning whether those people are right in saying that
Hearsay.
that person created it.
Whose hearsay are we going to believe?
Yeah.
The ancient or the current? I mean, either way you want. I mean,
It's all the
you're
same. It doesn't even matter.
We're both right.
I like finding the correlation.
There we go. Win-win.
We are both right.
We're all winning.
They're both spelled the same. It looks like. Huh.
And I mentioned that to him last night too.
Oxford English Dictionary, Grok. Huh.
Y'all both gave him rundowns on his nickname. That's so beautiful.
Okay, let's move on. But
No, that was a good path.
the
Yeah.
Google said that I was right, and then also said you were right. But you were probably more right because that's probably where he got it. But he just changed the meaning a little bit.
I'd rather be wrong because then I have the opportunity to be right, and that's
Yeah.
exciting.
I'd rather be.
That's the potential.
That's like I said at the meditation. You were like, "There's no wrong way to do it." And I was like, "Well, what if I wanted to do it?"
Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, don't tell me what to do. I can do it wrong if I want to.
Well,
Even
that's,
when you're-
that's why that's why you're on the payroll, because you've got a whole nother mindset to
The payroll.
Karma
the-
coins.
Karma coins.
karma coins.
You know, coins would have to be with a K for some reason, if that was a real thing. The KK.
So where,
Khalifa Kush.
Ian, we met at Chicory, right? What, last fall?
No, we.
Oh no, shoot, we met way.
we go.
years
Yeah, we go
ago.
way back.
I met recently.
Oh no, that was at the diner. That just a lovely morning coincidence, or
Yeah.
synchronicity, or whatever you want to call it.
Did you recognize me or
Yeah,
recognize
I
you?
caught you at the counter, and yeah.
But where was that? I'm having a hard
Uh,
time placing that.
Some reason I want to say Moe's, but I know that's not the diner. What's the diner up the road from you?
From Carthage or?
Yeah, Carthage. You like the fish there?
Oh, it
Apparently.
was either the barbecue place or Pete's Family
It's
Restaurant.
Pete's.
Pete's.
Oh, it's Pete's.
Yeah, I
I
caught
like
you at
Pete's.
Pete's. Yeah.
Oh.
So thankful I went that morning. I almost didn't.
Remember that? That might have been Sunday. I often go there on Sunday morning.
Yeah,
They're
I
open
might have to
early.
do a fried
They're open
food
at
cheat
6
day and go to
o'clock.
Pete's. They got the best fried stuff. Everything's fried. Fried
okra.
everything. Green
Oh.
beans, the fried green
Yeah, it's
beans.
country food, classic country food.
A lot of that's coming out of a bag, but it's just you can't get that everywhere.
Where can we tell Pete's to send this advertising check to when they hear this?
Pete's Family Restaurant, Carthage.
Pete's Family
North
Restaurant.
Carolina. Plug for Pete.
Carthage beside
So
Pizza
then,
Hut.
so then what happened? So what? I invite
Uh,
you to Drum Journey
Yep.
somewhere
Told me to come to the drum journey at Oasis.
at Oasis, and you did.
I did. It was.
It took a couple weeks because you wanted to bring your mom or dad or somebody.
No. I came then.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I know I'd gotten. I'd gotten multiple shamanic drum journeys from you prior to that, and I had shared it with my parents and I believe even my grandma out at Crystal's place at the time.
No kidding.
What was Crystal's place called?
Main Street?
No.
Really?
No, after.
Right downtown.
Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Yeah, the
house.
Thatcher house. Yeah. Yeah. So we go way back.
Cool.
You said Crystal's place, I automatically thought her home. Where
Thatcher
she-
Healing
where she
House.
lives.
She's there
Hey
a couple
Crystal,
years.
I hope you're good.
We drummed there for a long time, a couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was such
thank you,
a
Crystal.
cool spot.
Andrea Bridger has that now with her friend Kim. They do sound bath. She's
Yeah.
got her sound bath are with
all the bowls.
Tibetan bowls, the
Yeah.
metal ones. She must have 30 of them. It's really
Mhm.
cool. I went to one of hers. I've been to several, and she set the singing bowl right on my belly.
Oh,
And so I just kept ringing it with my thumb because she went around to a bunch of people and I'm like, this isn't gonna be comfortable. It's gonna be like a weight, and it was so soothing. It was
Mhm.
super comforting to have that weight and then the vibration. Yeah.
Mhm.
So she does that, and she makes a lot of money.
That
Really
reminds me.
popular.
I was thinking it would be nice to do something in the park in that area, one of those parks over in the Southern Pines area. Maybe on a Wednesday
We
or
need
something.
a sign when we're outdoors. It says "Join us" and have a few open mats so people that are going by
Oh.
can just see
Well,
and they can just lay down. It's an idea.
yesterday I sort of, cause my back was sort of hurting, I didn't want to bend down to play.
I just
yeah.
put out
I
ads,
sort of done. I
you know?
sort of done that. I walked around playing the drum while y'all focused on the participants.
Close.
And then when someone would walk up or look at us, I'd walk over and tell them what was going on.
Yeah,
There was a
cool.
guy on the landscaping crew. He was like, "Man, I really want to lay down," and he was like, "I gotta go back to work." And I was like, "Well, there's an open mat right there." And he's like, "No, I got it. I'm working right now. I got to get back on the work." And then I told him like, "We're here,
Yeah.
5:30. You ready? Time for the announcement."
Well, we do need some flyers at local coffee shops. And
I got them right
stuff
here.
Like that.
I already.
Good.
This is part of the managerial work that I've been doing, trying to get something going. I want people to come out, so we're gonna. I say join us at Carborough Town Common Sundays, anytime between 5:30 and 7:30. Donations accepted but not required. Listen to our live radio show here at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on 103 WCOM FM, or listen to us on WCOMFM.org. How you like that? How you like them apples?
Let Legends from the Painted Cave.
Remember, I do have us under Legends from the Painted Cave on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook now. So if you are looking for us, find us, Legends from the Painted Cave at gmail.com. I got everything that I could find under Legends from the Painted Cave that we could use right now. Find us.
Legends from the Painted Cave. The Painted Cave being our mind, our imagination. Painted cave. Legends. We have legends. We have the innate wisdom. We have all of the wisdom from all the ages within us. And so that's what we do with the drum. We lay down or sit down, and the drum beat and rhythm relaxes the body and mind, and so we can move into our painted cave, into our innate true wisdom, and be guided from within and not from without, which is okay too. But you know, the truth is in us. It's not out there.
Yeah.
So this is the whole main focus.
It's
of the
all an
medicine
internal
drum sound
struggle.
bath.
Everything
None
else
of
is a
it.
lie that you don't hear on this show.
I wanted to ask you to tell us a little about your website that you got started. The
Shamanic drum journey
medicine
changed
drums.
to medicine-drum-samba.com.
yeah, and you had other stuff on there, not just the drum stuff.
Like what?
You do you play the drum, and you can do the spirit stuff with houses, clearing entities or not energies, energy work.
Yeah, it's kind of like psychopomp.
You're a necromancer. No.
Yikes. Oh, man.
Facilitator of energetic stuck anomaly energies.
Yeah.
Just play the drum. Yeah, we do. We'll bring the medicine drum to weddings, funerals, any sort of gathering of people, parties, festivals.
It's a great way
Anyway.
to start the work day if you want to share it with your colleagues.
What's that?
The drum.
Oh,
Yeah, if you got a
Oh,
stressful
yeah.
job, might as well bring you back to earth and ground you before you get into it.
I've been to a few bars where some friends really came to Shikori Hills and got under the medicine drum, and they were managers of a drinking establishment, a pub, and she got all her friends together and said, "You guys got to do this. I'm the manager, and you're going to be here, and I'm going to bring this drum guy
Yeah.
over."
It is a wonderful team bonding experience. Talk to your HR, get it set up.
Right,
That'd
I'll
be
give
great.
HR. We're available for
Wouldn't that be
land
a-
clearing.
Wouldn't that be a nice little treat? You know, the mundane day and the work and dealing with all that, and then
Very unique experience.
the office manager says, "We're gonna take an hour off today for some
HR,
medicine drum therapy."
deep relaxation, and if you don't produce 3 times what you usually do, I'll be very surprised. If that's warranted. If you're don't got a city job.
And are you stepping away from Michael's medicinals, the your mushroom tinctures, or
I have, but
You don't
I
feel
do
like
want
making
to
them?
reintroduce that.
You wanna
'cause,
start making them
It's been
again?
a couple of years since I've been bringing that. It's been a year.
Mhm.
Actually. But I do want to. I've got plenty put up and ready to be mixed and bottled and labeled. Yes, I do. I do want. That's on my first on my list.
I had one
To
time I had
get
a
going.
pretty bad cold. Like I was really weak, and I remember coming by and grabbing a jar of your the
7 blend,
7 blend,
wild crafted
and
mushroom.
I just sipped on
tincture.
it through through that day, and the next day I just felt so much better.
Buggy Town Coffee in Carthage. I go to get
Yes.
coffee and breakfast.
Right there on the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner. Daryl, who runs the place, he owns the place. He gets a quart from me every month or so.
If you're listening, please go back to making your ultra hippie soap.
Yeah, that's
That scent was so perfect.
Ultra hippie soap.
Yep, ultra
Probably
hippie.
patchouli and
Yeah, a bunch of patchouli, nog in there, and some Yeah.
Where
just
did you
some
meet this
wonder-
person?
Oh no, at Buggy Town. They
Buggy
used to
Town
sell
does
soap.
it.
The
Oh.
owner made it, and
Yeah,
there's
that's Daryl's wife, Meg.
Ah,
She is an herbalist as well as a Christian.
well, the ultra hippie. Oh, bring it back.
Yeah, so might be there.
No, I've checked a couple times.
Maybe
I mean,
she did. Maybe she's not the maker. Maybe it was someone else that
Yeah.
she was hosting there.
we're gonna crack this code. We're gonna find this scent.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll ask about that. It's Ultra Hippie Soap.
Yep.
I'll ask her about
Please,
that.
I would love that.
Okay.
Some of my favorite soap like that had that Nong Chamba in it, and it smelled so good.
Oh.
I felt spiritual just by
Mhm.
washing.
Ultra
aromatherapy
spiritual.
is a
Ultra
real
spiritual.
thing. Yeah, aromatherapy and all natural.
And I feel like it's like with all the people with the patchouli smell, it's like I'm Nong Chamba, you know, like I'm not the patchouli hippie, I'm the Nong Chamba hippie, you know, more.
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
I trade
Oh,
Daryl.
man, don't be creating these walls where there aren't.
Yeah.
I'm not a patchouli
I don't want to be a patchouli hippie. I want to be a Nong Chamba hippie.
You drum a lot. You don't journey as much as you drum, I've noticed, Ian. You
I,
really like to bring the medicine drum drumming to the people, to the journeyers.
I do. I feel like
Lately, you used to journey a lot at the start, but these days,
From
Yeah.
laying to playing.
from laying
Yeah.
to playing.
I feel like I get a lot more back from it.
Mhm.
I feel like a lot of the times I'm walking around under the drum, so it's good to share that feeling with someone else.
I'm walking around under the drum. What was that?
I mean, I kind of feel like I live under the drum already in a lot of ways, so
Ah.
it's good to bring that back, because I feel like it's a state of mind that you're sharing.
Not my mind. I'm just playing the drum.
No, see you
Well, see,
with a comment like that, you
the
know
whole-
he's under the drum.
Yeah.
Well, the whole idea of
You
playing
taking that
the
drum?
medicine drum is to remove the drummer is to remove the mind from the equation. Play the drum and let the person and the drum experience themselves
Oh yeah, no.
together. So it's like I'm not thinking anything, or I'm trying to keep my mind quiet, so the energies are just between the two.
I find myself, I do separate myself from it, and I know it's not me, but it's the drum that's really doing the magic there. But I do find myself sometimes like over someone, just thinking, please give them exactly like what they need.
I think I know
That's
what's
okay.
And I know that's coming to them already, but yeah, I
Right.
think it is a lot of the
Right,
energy that you're kind of putting into it. Because in a way, yes, it's the drum, but you're kind of doing some Reiki magic at the same time of
Yeah.
what you're
Well, it's
putting.
not intentional.
That's
That-
What
that
it
would
should,
be-
I think it should be intentional though.
what I
'cause,
was saying.
when you're working with some real power there, you might as well make sure you're putting some goodness into
I'm
Toward-
getting out of the way.
Toward the beginning of it, I was
it.
saying,
Legends, huh?
Getting
Yeah.
out of the way.
yeah, the laying under the drum helps, but you playing the drum also gives you an avenue to see yourself as a healer or see yourself as a participant in the medicine. And that
More
was
like that.
that was what I got from it.
Participant in
I
the
was like-
medicine, yeah.
There's all these practices and stuff to help people, and I've been doing my own little weird practice of sadness sitting, or that's what you call it. I don't really
Well,
know.
you call it
I don't
that.
want to call it that no more because it sounds bad. I'm trying to get away from the sadness. But anyway,
Just being a
yeah,
friend.
it's like that. You get to play the drum. It's also healing for you because it gives you a chance to put yourself in that position
Oh,
of
that's
helping
for sure.
somebody.
No
Yeah.
doubt about that.
So
Well, I mean,
it's-
even when you're laying down, you're a healer because
Yeah.
you're healing yourself just being there.
That's
to
what-
show up.
That's something else I was saying. That, like, come join our group of healing. We're all healing to get like a.
The giver and the receiver are
Good thing,
one,
too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Without someone under that drum or someone at the other end of that drum, it requires the two.
We're not healers.
Because
Three,
one is
actually.
really just zero, but
we're all
two
healing.
creates one.
Yeah. You're right.
Life with a drum. So yeah, so this is again the simplest, the easiest, and a very profitable healing arts practice to pick up. It just doesn't take. You just have a drum, invite you. That's how I started. I
Yeah.
had
I remember.
I went to a little medicine drum thing with some friends, and my friend a couple of weeks later had a drum on her wall. I said, "That's a beautiful drum. I'll sell it to you." And I thought, well, I can beat a drum like my friends did at the shamanic drumming thing I went to, and I invited some friends over, and they laid down in my living room and drummed. They loved it, and 12 years later, still.
But you've
Still here.
gone
Super easy to
you've
do.
gone way much further than playing the drum. You were
Natural
you were building
evolution
techniques of sonic massage.
Practice, yeah.
I don't see people doing that. The stuff that you're doing is different.
I love the
Yeah,
sonic
tell us
method.
about your new method.
I got separating it again.
Place
you
the
know,
drum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell
that
us about
kind
the
of came
massage.
along a little later, yeah.
Because you used to do the drum from a distance,
Mhm.
not actually touching someone. You really have moved to a
With-
sonic massage,
Mhm.
as you mentioned.
With the actually place the rim of the drum on the back and
Yeah.
the feet
And
and
you,
shoulders.
Mhm. Feel the vibration a little
Tummy.
more, and it's like you don't get that with a sound bath. The thing you're talking about with the bowls being laid on
Yeah.
your chest, that's
That's a similar.
similar, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But normally a sound bath is just you meditating while the sounds are going on,
Mhm.
which helps take your mind out of the normal and into the restful state.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what I'm saying. I want you to
Meditation.
realize you're stepping a little further. I don't want you to sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm just playing the drum."
Well, what's next?
You got ideas going in there that's making this a little different.
Evolution.
You have evolved to yeah. And
Well,
I love that. You don't like to get high
Well,
and mighty about it.
yeah.
You're
One of my
sharing
favorite
some really
teachers.
greatness. Yeah,
one of my
some real
favorite
goodness.
along those my favorite teacher. One of my favorite teachers is Gary Starnes, and he explains the journey process. There's kind of a lot to it, and he says, "I'm not a healer. I'm not healing you. I'm playing the drum and getting my mind out of the way, just getting quiet, so the person and the drum can do the healing together." And when I saw that years and years ago, I thought that's exactly, he calls, in many traditions, they call that becoming the hollow bone.
The instrument, yeah.
So and I thought that was so right. So I quiet my mind, quiet my being, and to allow that to happen. And so I say, yeah, I'm just playing the drum. But I'm not just doing that, I'm quieting my nervous system and my mind. And so I'm getting out of the way. And I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
It is-
So I really am just playing the drum. And bringing this medicine drum practice is that simple. You just need to have a drum to play for people. And the drum does the work. The drum moves us into a deep meditation. I'm not doing that. I'm just playing the drum.
No, and everyone can do it.
That's where I'm coming from. I mean, I'm doing something, obviously, but I'm not making any placebos or
You're channeling
anything.
and allowing.
I'm not channeling.
I mean, in a way, I think you're allowing aligning yourself.
It's a quieting.
You're aligning yourself to allow yourself to be used it is that sense of having faith of I am a tool, I am an instrument, work through me.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying it is the shutting
Yeah.
off and saying I am no one, work through me, or I'm just the tool.
you're that's what I'm saying.
Nothing's working through me though.
You're saying it way too humbly. with the where you've got from the beginning of just playing the drum to where you are now. Those are your techniques. Came from your mind. That's your process, and it helps people. And I want you to accept that you did that part. That wasn't something that you saw.
No.
That wasn't something you read. You started that part, right?
I will argue this
I know you will.
day and night. For
It's
the
just-
rest
Oh
of
no, we're not
eternity.
arguing. We're more of
It's just the drum.
Yeah, we're agreeing with you that everyone can do it, and
Yeah.
it's really just
Good.
being able to share something with someone else.
Focus on that part. That's the point I'm trying to get across.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
too.
It's so humble.
Super simple to bring this healing arts and really affect people, like
Yes.
big time. If you really want to, if you're concerned about somebody, if you really want to have them, help them with their depression or anxiety or confusion,
Walk out of it. Yeah.
change perspective. There has to be a perspective change, and deep relaxation brings us into a deep meditative state, which anybody through forever will tell you is the way to get the mind to quiet down.
You asked me the other day how I got interested in this stuff,
Yeah,
and I was saying
that was a long
I-
time ago.
we were no, not the drum.
Oh,
Your drum.
recently.
What? At what point did you want to join me on this journey, like I did?
All right.
And I was like, it was when we were at that Soul Harmony Spiritual. It's like a spiritual gathering, or Soul Harmony. We went.
The festival,
Yeah, we went to that event, and watching
Healing Arts Festival.
watching the effect that it had on people, I was like, there's something to this.
Something going on.
I mentioned this before. There was a couple of the girls who had spasms, and I was like, it looks like we're shaking demons out of them. You know, and you were like, don't say demons, that'll scare people off. And I'm like, well, you know what I mean. I feel like they're really releasing something that they had built up that they wanted to get out.
To work through something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tension.
And then the reflexology guy, his wife came over, and
Yeah.
she laid down for a minute, and then she was like, I'm gonna go get my husband. She brings him over, he lays down, he leaves, he comes back the next day. He said, I've been out here at the festival, and a couple hours into the day, my back will start hurting.
On my feet.
On my feet the whole time. He said that didn't happen after I left the drum, and he laid down again, and then he came back the next day and said it didn't happen. My back, it didn't lock up. I wasn't sore all day from walking and staying on my feet. And I'm like, no way. All we did was, these are 15 minute drum sessions, and if it can change that much,
In that short of time.
and that
That's-
wow.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. It
That
kind of
was,
reminds me.
That was an epiphany moment, right? That was like a moment
Yeah.
of like boom, blowing open. Cause you've come over to the house. I mean, through the years, and it's a Corey, and you liked it and everything, but nothing like that.
No, it's different. It was different.
Yeah. That's when you finally really understood the power and
Yeah.
the magnificence
It
of
makes
the medicine
me,
drum experience.
It makes me think back to your aunt spirit god, and it's the question of what kind of colony you want to be a part of. Is it the one pushing the greed or the goodness? What kind of colony are you building? And yeah, the drum is a
Ancient,
a good colony.
an ancient calling. Welcome. Howdy, y'all. Ian Bagel, Tianna, Maya. Yeah, come on in close to your mic. Oh, we got 5 people.
Hello,
Oh, you have
hello.
to share your mic, yeah. Well, so glad you could join us. You guys got some sleep, I hope. You hadn't slept here for a little bit, so hopefully you got some good sleep in last night. You
So
were with
much.
us at the Carborough Town Commons yesterday evening, 5:30 to 7:30. after the Big What Festival, and you got to get under the medicine drum with us.
Yeah, that was pretty. How's this one
This was on.
Okay, try that.
Yeah, there we go. That one's working. Perfect. It was a great time. It's a good spot out there, and it's nice hearing the cicadas along with the drum. Not as good as Forest Theater though, but Paper Hand Puppet. So of course, you know.
Really like Forest Theater.
Yeah, but we also really like the Paper Hand Puppet intervention. So.
Mm-hmm. So you got to spin some fire last weekend because you're both fire spinners. You use a staff, Tianna, mostly.
Yeah, I did a levy one this time too, though. Mm-hmm.
You did what?
A levy one. It's kind of like a.
I'm not sure what that is. What's
It's like a small staff on a string, or like a baton on a string,
Ah.
and it's counterweighted, so you kind of like spin it. I can't really describe it.
It looks like a magic wand spinning around.
Yeah, it's like a little magic wand.
It's like you can like spin it and it looks like it's hovering like
Yeah.
away from your hand and just
Yeah.
yeah. I've
And then
seen
you
that.
throw the illusion hand in there, and it's like everyone's like, "Whoa, what is that?" And no one can see the string.
Oh yeah, no strings.
No strings.
That's pretty cool. She does staff, and she just got herself a pair of poi.
Fire boy?
Fire Poi is coming soon, but no, these are
Ooh.
LED ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen soon.
Start out with the cool fire, not the hot fire.
Yeah, the
Just
cool
like
fire.
LED. Yeah.
Oh, I was telling Bagel earlier when I was spinning stuff, it was like glow sticks tied to shoestrings,
Yeah.
and that was
You
all
were
we
just
had.
telling me about that.
That was
a
all we had.
It's a specific style as well. They make rechargeable glow sticks now.
Oh yeah.
Like,
What would the
That was
term
a-
for that be? Like glow sticking?
yeah.
It was just what we had. They didn't make LED poi back in. I guess this was the '90s. This was late '90s before. Yeah.
And what's cool about it is it's become like its own thing now. Like poi and contact poi and glow sticking are all very different things. They all have very similar techniques, but their styles and their flows are all so different. You know.
We don't hang out with them glow stickers.
I can see Bagel and Tianna through the microphone
Oh,
apparatus structure a little better.
And then I was also saying there was this technique we used to do with a sock, where you hold the sock to keep your hands a certain distance away from each other for the, I don't know what you'd call it, rave dancing.
Oh,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
And then after you do that, you'd end up holding the glow sticks and do it with glow sticks.
Yeah.
I don't
This
know, I
is
didn't know
this is
that
back
one.
when it all was getting started.
Yeah, Tiana's a raver.
The rave.
She enjoys the womp womp womp.
We like the wubs.
And
Good words.
me, Ian, and her were all up at Big Dub, which is this 5-day music festival up in Pennsylvania. It's a pretty wonky little place.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of rhythm, which is basically like, for people who don't know, like a
Dub.
heavier dubstep. You know, it's the best way to describe it in my opinion.
They also have a lot of like slower, softer stuff. Like
There was, but it was like largely a rhythm festival.
Yeah.
all
Lots
but,
of
like,
lights.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of lights.
But we had met at One Zen on the same property, and spinning fire, doing the same stuff. But the flow circle up there is unlike any flow circle I've ever really seen.
In
Actually,
Maryland?
compared to California's like
Yeah.
Ocean Beach flow circle, that's
Yeah.
insane. It's not the same
Lots
kind
of
community.
folks. Yeah.
But it's like almost like Burning Man level. There's a lot of people who are like really professional flow artists out that way that go to those kinds.
In Maryland?
No, in California.
Oh, yeah.
But up there, yeah. Apparently, there's just a lot of festivals up that way, and so
Yeah.
the flow scene seems to be really good too. A little scattered. There's not many places for them to congregate, really. I know that New York has some stuff always going on. There are flow
New York and
meets.
California.
We're not far from New York either. Pennsylvania is a landlocked state and touches 5 other states.
Mm-hmm. How'd you get into fire spinning, Bagel?
We've already done this story.
In San Diego, right?
We've already done this story. This expose has been over.
Well, give us
I
a
was-
short version.
I was DJing around like COVID, and my ex girlfriend at the time, she had spun poi, but she was one of those poi spinners that or flow artists that was like, I've been spinning for 10 years, and then would see me like learning and be like, how are you doing contact rolls? I've been trying to you haven't been trying. Like, really, you haven't been. You've been doing the same 3 tricks for the past 10 years, spinning your poi maybe once in a blue moon, but I don't see any actual practice because I'm sitting here every day practicing, and all of a sudden I'm able to do, way more than you can. And so we didn't click in that aspect afterward, but I still kept on flowing once we broke up. There was just a whole other story.
What, she kind of got you interested, or you saw her first, or something like that?
So I was DJing at this, inadvertently, this fire circle. We knew the fire circle existed. She wanted to go down there. I'm like, right on. I want to go see the fire spinners too. And I had, before her, never seen poi or anything like that. I knew fire spinning existed, but I didn't know what it entailed. As far as like the different props and things. And I remember my first time seeing like a rope dart and a dragon staff and dude, like the
cool
this
stuff.
one person had a rope dart that was like a cage like head, and they put like hookah charcoals in it.
Oh, I've
And
seen
so
that.
it
It looks so
sparkles
cool.
flying through the air, and then you hit it on the ground and it goes it's so cool. It's like a sparkler cage.
I've seen that.
Basically, I was inadvertently DJing on the beach with my little tiny DJ board, just messing around. I was really into EDM at the time, mixing some rhythm up, and
Rhythm up.
this bigger like set pulls up. This guy with this like whole like DJ booth and a generator and shit pulls up, and like he's gonna be DJing for the thing that night, but he was his name was Spaceman, I think, and I was like, I introduced myself, was just like had interest, and he ended up letting me play on his decks for like a little opener for him.
What a cool guy.
I was terrible, dude, but it was fun.
Yeah, but that was the first moment, the first contact.
And
Very
then
cool.
that night, just seeing the fire
Scary,
spinners,
though.
I was like, I want to try that, And then I asked somebody if I could try their staff, and I spun staff for the first time, and then
Wow, what a day.
yeah,
Wait, what's the first thing you ever spun on
Pivotal
fire?
day.
staff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's the
Wait,
best one.
Was it on fire that night? They didn't have it on fire that night for you, did they?
Yeah, I did.
Whoa! You went straight in.
I had staff. I had staff experience.
Oh, okay.
I was always a
Sorry.
little Jedi kid.
I got you.
I knew, but that's the thing. Is like I actually have a video of that first night. If this was a video podcast show, we could totally be like, here's this video, blah 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 blah, and then
One day.
But
I'll send it to us and we'll link it on Facebook for retrospect.
Basically, I knew nothing more than like slowly spinning it over my head, and then like grabbing it and tossing it on my neck, and then grabbing it on the other side, just like as a really cool like, oh look at this,
Yeah.
no hands for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, got to learn that one right off.
I was gonna say I've
Over the
seen
shoulders.
you get better at poi since I met you.
This is one of the first poison
It's
tricks. It was in the newspaper.
It ain't been
Oh
very
my
long.
God.
And then
Yeah.
Wait, was that
Yeah, you
staff?
gotta,
No, that's boy.
practice, right?
I feel like you almost have taken on the ex-girlfriend sort of mentality, though. 'Cause you do practice daily and are constantly in the training or practice process.
100%. What do you mean by the ex-girlfriend mentality? She was the one who didn't practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I misunderstood. I thought it was the other way
She
around.
only practiced 3 things.
I thought you were
Barely. No.
Because that's what I heard.
No,
She only had 3 good moves.
I thought
She
was
learned
the one
those
with the 3.
things.
My
Oh, and that's all
apologies.
she was
She
doing.
learned
was
those things and
3.
then didn't put any effort into learning other
Anything
things
else,
because she was like, I know how to do this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm a poi spinner. you know.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
misunderstood.
Immediately identified with the new suit that she was wearing and didn't really think about it. Like,
Cool.
But it just became like really an integrated part of my life. And then I remember first time I saw somebody that I actually was like, I want to
In
spin
awe
fire like you.
Over.
And it was AJ. He was this hippie slackliner rock climber dude who lived in a bus. At the time, it was a van. He had still had his van, and shortly thereafter, he ended up building out this giant bus. And he now goes across the country slacklining and rock climbing with different groups and spinning fire and juggling. He'll spin his fire on his slackline. Well, it's the thing. It is like he'll mount the supports all the way up in the trees, like as high as you could, to where if you made the line tight, you couldn't get up on it, right?
Yeah.
He'll make it slacky, like a big smiley face between the two trees, so
Yeah.
that there's no tension whatsoever, but it's still enough to where it's not going to touch the ground. And then he'll stand in the middle of the thing and swing like this
Really?
while juggling.
He's standing.
While juggling, dude. Like, guy's a beautiful human, man. And
I mean, I can imagine that, but I can't.
I can show you.
How do you do that?
I'll show you guys a video later. But
Practice.
Wow.
I saw him and I was like, wow, I want to spin fire like that. He was doing behind the head tosses, and I'm like, it's gonna take me forever to get there, but I know I can do it. And that night he taught me how to do like a one-handed butterfly and how to spin my two-poi in one hand. And from there I was freaking hooked. I was just experimenting.
Two
and doing
poi in
things.
one hand. That sounds like a motivator move.
Yeah, for sure. Well, no, that was the move that because he was doing three poi. He was doing three poi, and I was like, I was on mushrooms that I kind of say that. I was on
Just
mushrooms
did.
that day.
Sure.
Bleep. A little too late.
I guess he's the mushroom man. It's
You
okay.
got the spirit though. You got the spirit.
So I was sitting there
Chicken of
watching
the
him,
woods.
and
He was eating it hard.
it was like
Portobello.
right angles and stuff,
Right.
and behind the head tosses and crazy things, and I was just in awe. And then from there, I got integrated into a really sweet part of the community. That's people that are really just in their practice. You know,
Yeah.
it's not much more for them because there are
Right.
the flow artists that are like, look at me,
They're
look at
flow
me,
artists,
look at
yeah.
me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And like, she pointed out the ballet smile. You know how in ballet they're always smiling.
No,
They turn
like,
the head.
Plastered.
So when I was really little, and like one of the first things that they taught us in ballet was like when you're performing, never stop smiling, ever. Like no matter what, you have to have a smile plastered on your face, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And when you are watching a flow artist, you can tell a flow artist from a performer based on the big smile,
Really?
or are they looking at their prop and extremely tapped in, like how Bagel is.
Yeah.
If you're in the flow, that's what makes you an artist about it. What if you're sitting there like, I'm showing you this thing, you're like a showcase performer for Jeopardy or like a car commercial or something.
Yeah.
You know, you have this like plastic smile on your face and you're like showing off the thing as if it's something to look at. And like you're also in that like mix, and they realize that they oftentimes like people don't remember you, they remember the experience. They remember the fire, they remember the image of you spinning fire, not necessarily the you-ness, right? And so a lot of these people will like cater to that, and they'll wear really, really extravagant things and all be matching, and they like and they like all walk around in like a circle so that like it just looks very like tribal and like crazy. You're looking at it like, what the hell am I looking at? And like for even a flow artist who's sitting there like trying to master things daily and just like diving into the flow of things, I'm still sitting there enjoying it. Like that's pretty cool coordination, you know, like whatever, what have you. The fire's dancing nicely off their sparkles, or you know, there's moments and I can see where the appeal is, but at the same time, it fuels a lot of the neuroses and the ego in the community.
What are we talking about?
About the split.
Everything.
A split between the fire spinning community. We were on the fire spinning community.
There's always
And I
a
was talking about
divide.
how I got into my community of like fire spinners who were truly artists at the end of the
In
day.
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
We did start the episode off talking about the show and how we appreciate the organic flow
Yeah.
versus if we appreciate that a lot more than if we plotted it out
Yeah,
and
for sure.
tried to plan what we were gonna say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well said.
Not Chamba versus Patchouli.
No, we're talking about a routine versus dancing. Like no one's watching.
So-
That's what I experienced from y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
It's real passion,
You
real
see-
feeling from y'all.
You see people walking up to spin fire, at least in the San Diego community. I remember this initially. There was people who would spin fire irresponsibly with their hair down and ridiculous costumes on that can catch on fire.
Oh my.
And they know more than 4 tricks. Really, really good at those 4 tricks.
Yeah.
But
And
they,
combinations, I suppose.
but you can tell it's more about their look. You know, they walk out there, they're like, look at me. And then like the chicks who would walk out
I
there
got
with
an
palm
outfit.
torches and to shake the lappy tappy, shake the lappy tappy, hey, shake the lappy tappy, and they're like shaking their butt, just like holding the fire and maybe like getting on the ground close to the fire, and everyone's like, ah!
Oh, we're back to that. Yeah.
Are you protecting your hair now?
Oh, of course. I always put hair wraps on.
Okay.
Ever since the very beginning, I have. I don't.
Do you like Vaseline or anything?
No. I have dreads now, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah.
You know, if
It'll
I
just
get
make a
little
better
crispy
dread.
bit, yeah. Kind of
So you would have to get insurance to
Uh,
get hired at a festival,
performers insurance, yeah.
right? Performers
And,
insurance.
and
Ah.
you can get covered for similar things as far as music. Say you're a musician,
Uh-huh.
right? And you, nobody thinks about this stuff, but like say you
No,
get
not at all.
electrocuted, right? There's like a malfunction in the microphone,
Oh, I never
or
thought of that, yeah.
you trip over a stage wire that was not placed properly.
So that's a liability.
Hmm.
Or no, it's performers insurance.
It's performers insurance, so
Yeah.
that you're covered as far as random things, as well as the venue is covered if anything
Oh.
happens. You know, like
Glad I don't need that.
It didn't,
No, no.
it
Not
didn't used to be
expensive,
the
though.
serious.
it's not expensive at
Yeah.
all. No.
That's so
30
serious.
bucks, $30 a show or something, $50
Isn't it
maybe.
like 200
I don't know.
something a year?
It's like
Yeah, I
200
think
a
it's
year.
yearly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no like limit on how
no,
many.
No.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's very doable.
It's probably
Yeah.
pretty lenient with artists for
Yeah.
whenever it comes. I'm sure it's different for. Like,
Performers insurance. Wow. Very cool.
so Tianna, how did you get into fire spinning?
Also through an ex. He did martial arts as a kid, and he was getting into.
Hey. Good
Flow arts.
afternoon.
So he got a staff, and I tried the staff, and I was hooked. And yeah.
What I missed that whole thing.
Yeah, say it again, baby.
What did you miss?
Your
This old man.
the ex-boyfriend
Oh,
who's into martial arts.
He's he actually
Okay.
started this
Yes. Okay. So
WCOM.
he was doing martial arts as a kid. So like when flow props came up after our first festival, he thought of staff because he did it in martial arts. And I tried it, and I was hooked. And then he like basically never used the thing again. And it was kind of like how I am with poi now, where I just pick it up all the time. And fire spinning was also staff.
So that was at a festival, I guess. You guys met probably because that's where the fire spinning happens.
Who?
Tell us
who
tell
you
us the
first-
beautiful story of.
How this guy introduced you to fire spinning.
No, actually, we went to school together, and then he had a friend who went to festivals, and he convinced us to go. And after that, it just kind of like being introduced into that world was
And you
like,
saw the fire spinning there for the first time. at the
yeah, I was
festival.
there every night, 5 days, like 4 to 6 hours every night, just watching the fire.
Oh,
and now-
you were completely taken over.
completely,
Totally.
yes, completely.
Yeah.
And now I'm up there spinning with them. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Destiny struck.
Mhm.
Yeah, we kind of get a clue on what we like when we can't put it down, or we can't stop going, or we can't stop looking.
Mhm.
When it feels
This
right.
must be something for me. Yeah, I think I like this.
Yeah. That's how it
Uh,
was with wire wrapping. Like when I first
yeah.
started, that was the first thing I couldn't put down. And now
Mhm.
I'm finding so many things that I just can't put down. It's just a constant flow of learning.
That was a few years ago that you started making jewelry and wire wrapping.
8 years ago, yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
8 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Your hands must be done.
I do have
because
carpal
it's
tunnel
very
one.
intricate work you do.
Yeah, I do have carpal tunnel in one, but I feel like I mostly built up my muscles,
Mhm.
so I'm okay.
She has healthy practice.
Yeah.
very very conscious and aware of your body and how you can move your body
Yeah.
and not move your body.
If it speaks to it at all, she does all these wire wraps with these nails on.
Oh yeah. Well, they also help.
Mm.
Having
Yeah.
thicker nails,
They're
like
tools.
instead of ripping up my hands and having bloody fingers, they're
not having like use of the tips of your fingers.
Yeah, right?
Mm.
pliers.
Yeah. No, I can't.
And you are moving more towards tools than your hands at this point in
Yeah.
creation, aren't you?
At a point, yeah, I was mostly just like I was using my fingers too much and also using my dominant hand too much, so I had to become a little ambidextrous with my tools. And the nails help keep my fingers from not bleeding and being torn up all the time.
For any of those who are interested, Dream Residue Jewelry on Instagram as well as Etsy. This woman makes beautiful jewelry for gods and goddesses.
Dream residue.
Sacred armor, truly. But yeah. Also, if you're interested about learning wire wrap, how do you avoid tool marks, for example?
I feel like that just comes with practice, honestly, and having the right tools.
General.
Using the right tools for the movement you're doing. It's all feeling it out.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no marks.
Learn by doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I like that stuff. It reminds me of Alien or the movie. Like
That's a compliment.
like the biomechanics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
cool.
what's your favorite stone?
Citrine.
You say citrine?
Citrine, yeah.
And you've been using the one in, what is it lately? Labradorite.
My shop just has so much labradorite. It's so beautiful. I
Yeah.
can't get enough of it. Everyone loves it.
Mhm.
What
Yeah,
brought you to citrine? How did citrine to be your favorite?
I don't know. It just calls to me. Like I never take off my citrine amulet.
Citrine is a crystal. What are they called?
Orange quartz.
Quartz.
No.
Quartz crystal.
Yeah, it's a type of
Citrine's a
yeah.
quartz crystal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
It's got a little yellow.
They're all quartz.
A yellow green
No.
tint.
Iron is red. It has
One
like
of my
a,
favorites too. Citrine was the first wrap I ever did
Really?
Like,
Oh my gosh.
a couple decades ago for whatever reason.
It's a special stone. It's like a little wearing a little ray of sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
It's very positive. It's kind of like getting a hug from yourself. I don't know.
Oh.
It's like a stone that brings you back to you.
Ah.
You know. And
Oh wow. What's the color would you say is generally citrine?
like a very light yellow. Like the citrine you see now where it's like mostly deep orange is
Uh-huh.
just heat treated amethyst, so that's not even citrine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so like actual citrine is almost pretty clear. Or like if you get a nice piece, it's like a deep gold color,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not that like that gold or like the orangey
A
color.
very light green, did you say?
A light yellow.
Light yellow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
That's
light
kind of the general
Yeah,
good one.
so as you said, a lot of them are heat treated commercially. Usually amethyst or smoky quartz, but the pale yellow or brown usually occurs on a submicroscopic distribution of colloidal ferric hydroxide impurities. That's crazy that an impurity is what makes something beautiful.
I know.
That's so cool.
Sounds like us.
When-
Yeah.
Got a minute.
Yeah, we're about ready to sign off.
Beautiful. It's been great, guys. I love y'all.
Legends from the Painted Cave. Well, with Bagel and Tianna came in. She's a really excellent jeweler, fire spinner, and Bagel too, fire spinner, man of many talents.
Most talented
Larry
person.
Hiccup, manager, station manager, editor, director, he's taken over Legends from the Painted Cave, which is great. That frees me up to do some other drum stuff. Ian, what's your last? Well,
I'm just Ian. Just me. Just me.
just Ian the lover.
Eon.
for the
No, he
eons.
pointed out how my name is the female version of Ian.
Tianna.
Tianna.
Ian.
Eon.
Huh.
Ian.
Ian. Wow.
Like Ian is
All
in my
these
name.
connections.
I never realized that.
Eons.
Larry, you want to have a
Eons of
closing
eons.
prayer?
Tianna.
Well, thank you all for being here. Legends from the Painted Cave, WCOM
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for letting me
FMLP.
join you today.
Yeah, really great to have you guys. We have a
One love.
announcement. We always like to plug Shikori Hills, our local music festival, the first weekend of May and the first weekend of October. So join us there. We will be at Honeybee Hemp Festival outside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, on the 14th of next month. Love you all. So glad you could be with us. Legends from the Painted Cave signing off.
Carborough's community radio station.